notes here. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was in the Navy for 9 years, and I did a lateral transfer over to the NOAA Corps. Go Navy, yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I went from hunting submarines and terrorists to hunting hurricanes. The hurricanes are a little bit easier to find, surprisingly. They're a little bit bigger, they're about 200 miles wide. We can see them on the satellites. It's not really hunting. Yeah. But because of what I do, I've been yeah, good. I do, yep. Somebody get it. I'm a dad too. I've got 2 little babies in the back, so my dad jokes are pretty on point. Yeah, did you guys hear about the scarecrow who won the award? Yeah, he was outstanding in his field. But hey, it's in his genes.
Yeah, you're Navy.
So really though, yeah, I was in the Navy for 9 years and came out and duty in the NOAA Corps. So what I do hear a lot, honestly, is I hear thank you for your service a lot. And I get a lot of it from you guys, and I hear it on the streets. And I really appreciate it. So if you've said it, it's awesome. But there's a lot of people in this room that don't get thank you for your service a lot, and that's first responders. So Ian is a firefighter, obviously. So to all the firefighters, first responders, thank you very much. Thank you for your service. It's really amazing what you guys do, and to be truthful from a guy looking from an outside perspective, I've seen this, and the truth is that people just don't know. People just don't understand, and I didn't know that until Ian became a firefighter and brought me and my family into this world, so I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, this wedding's been a long time coming. Ian said 8 years, Heather said 9. So I'm gonna go with like 9-ish. Like 9-ish years. Yeah, so it's been almost 9 years, it's been a long time coming, and even so much that their wedding hashtag is finally a Richards. Thank God, finally a Richards. As I'm sure everybody here knows, obviously Ian is a firefighter paramedic. He was recently accepted into the Technical Rescue Operations Training. Is that right? Yeah. He just ties knots.
Dork.
Yeah. Fun fact, Ian has delivered 9 babies. Yeah. 9 babies. It's 9, right? 19. It's 19. Yeah, while we're on fun facts, I'm going to tell you a little story that you might not know. You might know he delivered 9 babies. You might know that he got accepted into the Trot program. But you might not know kind of how he grew up with me, my dad, our other brother. So yeah, I'll tell you guys a little story. So when we were kids, when we were smaller, Ian was kind of the scapegoat, or he was the guy that we would like make do stuff, and there's one evening or one afternoon where it's really snowy and the ice is on the roads and we didn't go to school or something like that, so we decided that we were going to strap Ian to a sled, duct tape him, and we duct taped him to a sled so he could stay on, we didn't want him to fall off. We strapped him to our 2 golden retrievers. He's probably like 3 at this point, maybe like 3 or 4. And they took off down this icy road. And so much so that we were like, oh crap, we couldn't keep up with the dogs. And I still, to this day, I remember it so vividly. Ian is duct taped to this sled, taking off down the road. I can't catch him, and all I see is him he's going like this, and he looks back and he just and finally the dogs kind of, gave up. They were halfway down to Cove Creek, around there, where that is. And we caught him. So he had to live through a lot when we were kids. But seriously, yeah, Ian is a fighter. That's the truth of it. Ian is a fighter. He's honest, he's smart, and above all, Ian is loyal. He is extremely loyal. It's amazing how loyal Ian is. There's not a single, I say this with every ounce in my heart, there's not a single person on this planet that I trust with my life more than Ian Richards, more than my brother. That's the truth. I gotta hold it together. No, that's the truth. I don't trust a single person, maybe my wife, Etta. Etta is on point. I definitely trust her. Now Heather, I've known Heather for a pretty long time. Probably about somewhere around 8 to 9 years. So I actually had something more written down about Heather, but last night, Ian and I, we got a little drunk. We went to the jetty, and he did, but he didn't. Yeah, he's a lightweight. And Ian, and I actually started talking to Ian about Heather, and I was trying to kind of say hey, soak it in, really come together here. Hey, how do you feel? What's going on? And he started telling me a story about Heather and how he's been going through trot school, and he gets home at all different hours, or when he's on shift, he goes through all these different hours. And sometimes he comes home and the bed is completely made, and the shutters and the drapes are on the windows, and he just falls into bed and he just passes out, and he wakes up and there's a lunch made for him to go to his next shift with a little note in it. And I thought, yeah, listen up. That's how it's done. No, and that is who Heather is, and that's the best way that I've seen someone describe who Heather is. And Heather is Heather is very observant, I think is a good word. She's sincere, and most of all, she's kind. Heather is very, very kind. I've seen it firsthand. She's kind to my wife. She's kind to my kids. She's been kind to my parents. And I'm sure each one of you in here have, in some way, shape, or form, felt Heather's kindness. So she is truthfully, Heather, you are truthfully very kind. And I'm so thankful that Ian found a woman who is kind, because you understand the things that he goes through. You understand that there are some days where he's had it really rough. He's had to see, a blue baby, which, for parents of little babies, it really hits you. And he's had to see that. And you're going to be the person who, has to basically pick up his, inner psyche and his soul. And I think you're the perfect person for it because you're so kind. Now, I'm actually going to get a little more serious. You all probably know that Ian and I lost a brother earlier this year. My brother Joseph, our brother Joseph, our son Joseph. He's gone. And after that happened, at one point, I actually was struggling a lot to figure out my way in the world and figure out how I was going to, grieve and kind of pull everything together. And it was I had this, kind of crazy feeling where I didn't know how to grasp things, control. And then this song came on the radio. And it's a song by Need to Breathe, and it's called Difference Maker. And I won't sing the whole song for you, but basically the part of the punchline of the song is the guy singing the song, he can't really figure out what's going on, and he just looks down at his hands, and the line in the song is, I look down at my hands and I see that I am a difference maker. Ian and Heather are difference makers. They're not just going to go through this world and just kind of float by. They're gonna make a difference. They're gonna save lives. There's gonna come a time where Ian and Heather both make a tremendous difference in this world and on this planet. that song had a profound effect on me, and I truly am. I think that I am a difference maker, and I hope that if you feel like you're a difference maker in this room, then know that you actually are. You truly are. You have a profound ability to make a difference in this world, and that helps me grasp my grieving, because I know that I can still make a difference. I can make a difference in my brother's life. I can make a difference in Heather's life. I can make a difference in my children's life, my wife's life. So I will forever think this is my personal motto. I live by two things: perseverance and humility. And now I also live by the idea to always be a difference maker. Try to be a difference maker. Ian and Heather are truly difference makers. Mom and Dad, you raised two difference makers, and I want you to truly know that. Two men, who serve, who we try to serve, we try to do it the best we can, we try to save the most amount of people, we try to collect the most amount of data, we try to provide the most amount of intel, we try to find the most amount of submarines. We are trying to do our best to serve in the best way that we see we can. So we're trying to be difference makers. And lastly, when you make a sacred bond of marriage, you are making a decision to love unconditionally. And now that's important. You hear it at a lot of weddings, but unconditional love is, let me break it down a little bit. Unconditional love is a decision. You are deciding to love this person through thick and thin, through sickness and health. And it's really, when someone gets sick, it's obviously really hard to love that person sometimes, because they might not be responding the same. They might not be the same person in their head. They might have mental illness. No, this is, Etta, I love you unconditionally. That is it. And it's important that you guys understand that that is a decision. Heather, I've always felt like you were a sister, but the bond that you and Ian created today truly makes you family. You said it earlier, we are now officially family. And that's the truth, Etta. Like when you come into the Richards clan and you make a sacred bond of marriage, it's not held lightly. We come from the Irish descent. So in all aspects of the word, you are family. You are one of us. We don't say that lightly. We have a saying that comes from our Irish grandmother, Grammy Joan. Whether you're wrong or right, family is always right. That's a Richards motto. You'll hear it across the board. Whether you're wrong or right, family is always right. Now that doesn't mean that when you're in an argument with one another and you're like, okay, family's always right, so that means I'm right. No. This is an important lesson when you come into the Richards clan, is understanding this phrase. And what it means is, whether you're wrong or right, family is always right. What it means is, when you make decisions like unconditional love, you are making a decision for your family. And you are part of this family now. So we are making all these decisions together now to come together and to make our family better and bring us closer. So I want you guys to really understand that. Yeah, what it does mean is you make a decision. The decision that brings your family closer, the decision that's best for your family is always the right one. So always make decisions that are best for your family. And sometimes those decisions are really hard. And you guys will get it. All right, that's it. So let's raise a glass to Ian and Heather and hope we can live with all the kindness and loyalty that they have graced us with. Heather, you are finally a Richard.